Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You're out with Deck, and today we're playing some more of our Satisfactory Experimental Alternate Megabase series. And in our last episode, we had a slight problem. Went to go and build the, I believe it was the AI connectors or whatever they're called, and it turns out that I needed more circuits than what I'm providing. So we had to quickly scramble and go and get more circuits made up, which we have got at the minute. I've still not built the thing in. I've literally just done the last episode and bits in between, which I'm going to show you. We actually used the elevators properly, finally, did it on camera. So that's all going up there. We've got the circuits we need for the AI doodahs, but I'm now going to need more plastic, which is another beast entirely, because I'm going to have to find more oil for that. But between episodes, I have gone and done all of the concrete all the way down there. And you may notice these two lines now come up onto there. We're on the wrong side. That is because I've brought the quartz up onto the bus, because that is what we're going to be doing today. We're finally going to be looking into the new stuff. I've also tiled out all of this bit, and that line you can see just on the edge over there is sulfur. Now, we wanted enough room left for the AI things, the high-speed connectors, the supercomputers. I did forget, I want beacons to come down on the bus. And then we want the oscillators and we want the explosives. Not necessarily in that order, but that is all my reserved room for the rest of the bus. So sulfur can come up this line and quartz is going to turn onto this line, as you can see. And I've already gone and set all this out because I roughly know how I want it to work. So it's a case of, this is our normal gap. We've got the line coming in, the row of constructors, the line coming out, and we're going to feed them both into the same line, by the way. We're going to have a row of constructors, line coming in, and a space. So that's what we want to do. And line coming in will be there. This one might as well... Actually, no. We want to go there with that. Which line is it on? It's in technically the same tile, so that God damn it, lag spike. That should be the same distance-ish. So you're going to come in there and turn. You're going to come across the top and across the top and go down. And then you're going to turn in that way. In fact, do we just turn it straight? I've come one tile too far forward there. Clever me. Do we just want to turn it straight down like that? I do actually think we do this time, because we don't need this all floating up in the air. So, we've got... I've already done the maths for this as well. I did remember to put it as that tile's coming in, I think. So, that one will go there. And we'll have the line in the middle. That one will go straight facing it, and that line's going up there. And you are going to be quartz crystals, and you are going to be quartz crystals. As we can see, we've got 30 per minute to make 15 per minute. So, for our 450 lines, I've already done this for the maths for this, and we've done it a million times before. The numbers are quite easy. 450 divided by 30 means we get 15 machines, and 15 machines making 15 is 225, so times that by 2 because we have in 2 sets, and that's our full Mk4 belts worth of quartz crystals coming in. So good job I bought 2 perfect lines back, isn't it? Otherwise that might have been a problem. Anyway, we've got 2 lines to build, so we need to not faff around today because I wasn't happy with yesterday's episode. Too much maths, too much messing about. So 3, we've only got to count these ones, provided I do it correctly. 4, 5, try again. 5. 6. Yep, there should be enough room for the 15. 7. 8. 9. Come on. 10. 11. 12. 13, 14, and 15 with our one walk round gap that we normally have. Good. So at least that's all gone in nicely. That is definitely not the right tile. No. It is the right tile. Fair enough. Nah. I've not considered how I'm getting power across to this side of the base. It's not far away. I could just drag it across from the bioreactor. Bioreactor, that sounds dead cool. The biofuel generator section, which is probably going to be my best bet. So I've got no centralised power running up the middle of the bus, which in retrospect I should have done, but we were learning the game when I started this factory and it's still the same saved file. So yeah, forgive the errors, we'll know better for next time. A little bit more planning might be necessary. Or that one looks like I could bring it straight across the bus, actually. I hate jumping across this thing. I could just get the jetpack, run on, and then jump across, but no. Ah, you're already connected up to 4, and most of them across there will be. Fine, fine. What else can we do? You're only hooked up to 3. I guess I'm going to have to take it from over here. And you're right in the middle of the tile, aren't you? I don't like that. Let's do it from there, just so it's in line with that one. Oh, did I ever show you guys, when I went down the stairs, this line does go perfectly straight down the stairs. I thought it was brilliant. Simple things, apparently. Simple things. We're okay with having one power pole, but it's not even going to be in the middle of the marketplace. It's behind the marketplace, so yeah, I'm fine with that. How far are you going to let me go? Right to the end? That is actually brilliant, but do I want it to go right to the end? I can't see why not. So let's go there. And then we'll get the usual power pole system in place. And you're going to go there on this side and there on this side. And then that can continue up there to whatever else we're going to do. No. Although we have got 15. Am I going to want a jump pad over this side? I mean, I kind of do, yeah. If you go to that one. You go to that one. No. I'm not doing it like that. I'm going to go like this instead. And you will go there. And then if we want a jump pad, I can get one. No. Not what we want, game. Did I tell all of these crystals? I don't think I did. We'll have another look as I come back down. Right, I'm completely throwing myself off. It's because I've just built... You'd be amazed at the amount of concrete I've just used. I'm sure I've emptied that Mark II storage chest 2 times, at least. It's got to be 2 times. It's ridiculous. Just think how much concrete we've used. I'm tempted for when I've actually finished this base in the last episode to work out the square size of this base. Because we know these are 8 meters, all I'd have to do roughly is count that way, up that way. It's got to be a ridiculous size. Because then I better put it in the title. Mega base, so many square meters, blah blah blah. It's an idea, right? And yes, I am trying to do it for clickbait. I'm trying to draw more people in to come and watch my episodes. For a small channel, if I get one video that everybody comes and watches, it may just draw more attention in. I know, not really meant to talk about that sort of thing, but, you know, I tend to talk about everything generally quite honestly. Generally quite honestly. Well, I think for this last one, we're just going to go there, and I don't see why we wouldn't just hook it across the bottom as well. There's no reason to or not to, I guess. God help us if we've got to build a second tower of this. I've not actually looked at the oscillators yet, so I don't know what we need for them. But it's going to be fun, I can tell you that much. I'm glad we're finally onto the new stuff. I could still be doing the supercomputers and stuff, but because I've not got the walls built up on the second floor of the circuits, I am trying to keep away from it because, well, you could see it in the background then. I don't really want to be working where I can see things that are unfinished. I could have just finished it on the episode, but I don't think you want to watch me doing that because it would take me at least another 30 minutes. And the last episode was 50 minutes already, so Yeah, placing walls, not that entertaining. I'll keep that off camera for me to do. But yeah, I have got to go and find some more oil. I'm very tempted to Google the resource map for Satisfactory. Factorio. Now, if that's not a cross between Factorio and Satisfactory, I've never heard one. Yeah, we've got to put all these in. Because if there's more oil further that way, that'd be loads nicer. I know there's oil over to the east. It doesn't show it when I ping, which tells me it's that far away that it wouldn't show. Either that or I've got to find it. But that's why I've decided we're doing the quartz crystals. Because if we can get the radars up and running, and then test to see if that shows me resources, or it might even just make it so that when I ping, it will pick up resources within the range of them. Because I have noticed if I ping, it doesn't always bring up iron ore. It's like these ones here. I had no idea they were there until like a few episodes ago. Which is stupid to say. No. Didn't want to get any of this out. My bad. Yeah, that's stupid to say how much I've pinged for iron ore, and they have never appeared, but I've generally not walked that way, or I wouldn't, I would have spotted it, sorry. Oh, no, it's picking those up. I thought it was picking up new stuff. It's not. Like I say, if there's some further that way, I'm willing to build the road longer, it's just I don't want to build a separate road coming all the way across to that beast across there, and that actually looks quite cool from this angle. Admittedly, this is the first time we've built from this side of the bus, so we will get a new perspective on things. And I can't wait to go and stand on top of the poison arc that's over there. And have a look at my base now, because it's going to be a lot more squarer. And this is the last recipe, or is it this one? It's this one. Good. Right, so now we want the normal. We want splitters all the way down. I'm not connecting any of it up until we've got it all in. The good thing about building from this side of the base is we are dead... I thought I heard a ping then. We are dead close to the marketplace, so if I for some reason run out of resources, which there is a chance of, we're just right there. We can just go and grab some. It's wonderful. Why did that one just seem a load further away? These all better be in line. That one is not, which means that one is not. Because I lined them from this side. Go me. It just fell off. You know when you played a game that long that you can feel when something's not right? I got that feeling then. That, and we can tell by if the splitters are centralised. The rest of them haven't felt bad. It was just that one. Anyway, back to business. Because this is quite a big build that we've got going on here, and we don't want to mess around and waste time. Come on, in you go. Admittedly, it's the exact same design we've used for most of the factory. It's just we've split it into two. In fact, this one's more like the smelting column. We've never done this specific design with constructors, but like I say, really it's no different. It's just I can't really go 30 long this direction. I'm sure you can tell why. That cliff face definitely helps illustrate why. And you will go there. So these technically should all be in line because all the rest of them on the other side were in line. Then we've got to get all the mergers in the middle and bring those out, and then we need to see what we need to see. I've just thought of a slight problem. I need the oscillators to continue up that way because I'm not storing them on the bus. I don't know if in fact I do need some of them, don't I? Well, that's a boo-boo. Anyway, mergers will go dead central. So many green lines. And we will actually need a merger on the last one for once. Normally we don't. Because we need to merge both sides in. Come on. I mean, really, I should have done a lot of the base like this, rather than just doing one long strip. But again, it's how I started the first ones, and once I'd got into a pattern, I didn't want to change the pattern. If we do make another base, which I'm sure we will at some point when there's been more updates and whatever, we'll design a completely different base, which I have spoke about on several occasions, but for now, this is how this base has gone. I'm just like panicking now towards the end and having to cram things in. So I didn't really want to do this here. I'm glad that I managed to come up with a way to bring it back to the actual main body of the base. In fact, it's quite cool working this way, facing that. I like it. Let me know what you guys think. If you think it's an absolute eyesore, feel free to tell me. At least it's feedback. I like feedback. What would you do differently, then, is my question on top of that. Admittedly, I've just given you one alternative. Do it like this, where you've got machines either side. This is very like Toxic Time Waster's design, admittedly. His series did end a while ago. Because there was not that. I don't want to make it sound bad. There was a few issues with the update and how the belts worked, and I don't think he got along with them too well. So I just wanted to leave it until there's been more updates, which is completely fine. By that point, I'd already got quite a large base going, so I've kind of stuck with it. And I'm enjoying it. Like I say, each to their own. He has said he will definitely be coming back to it, like, you know, in a year or two, when there's been updates. I personally can't wait. I love watching the dude build things, because he always goes, like, mega over the top and builds massive structures for everything, which I think is just plain awesome. And I did kind of steal his idea, as, yeah, I kind of enjoy the idea of building my own mega bases. This is probably the first game I've built a true mega base in. Right, and my idea now, this isn't going to be pretty, by the way. Because we're not going to be taking quartz any further, we're going to bring this across like so. And you can continue up on the quartz line. Because this isn't going to be going any further. Quartz will stay there. Although if I need to bring more in, that may be an issue. We'll deal with that when we deal with it. In fact, no, it won't, because I'll go up, not across. So, the oscillators. In fact, it's not oscillators that we're making, is it? It's just quartz crystals. The quartz crystals are going to continue up this way. I'm fairly sure the next thing we're going to have to make is beacons, which will need manufacturers. That may be a problem. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. Right, let's start with this side first, and in we go. I'm probably going to need more. Yeah, the lag spikes are getting quite bad now. I'm probably going to need more encased industrial beams, but we'll see. Like I say, I'm not that far away from the marketplace should we need to go and get them. Whew, I tell you, well, I've recorded my daily episode of Slay the Spire. I recorded last episode of Satisfactory, which is the one that was nearly an hour long. The episode of Slay the Spire that I recorded was an hour and a minute long. And I wanted to play some more. My throat is starting to get a little bit croaky. I probably should have a drink up here, rather than having a fag between every video. Or a cigarette. Yes, we call them fags, in case you're wondering what I meant. I'm not using the term that people use to insult. Anyway, that's enough on that topic. I don't use that as an insult. I use it to describe the cigarettes. But anyway, I will call them cigarettes. I shouldn't be having one between every video. It's too many. Yeah, in we go. And it doesn't help the throat situation. And 1, 2. Although, this is the last episode for today. I'm actually, amusingly, in front of my Slay the Spire daily episodes. I normally try and keep it, well, they are a week in front. I always do them like that. I've done it since I started my channel. Normally, my other series have never overtaken my Let's Dailies on Slay the Spire. This episode is now 2 days in front, so I'm actually a week and 2 days in front. So this is going out on the 30th. I'm on the 21st, just to let you know. So apologies if anybody has been pointing out mistakes from previous episodes. I've got a bit carried away with recording, mainly because I've had some time off, but yeah, anyway, not talking about that. This week is a week's holiday, so yeah, I am actually meant to be off this week. We're nearly done anyway. But yeah, I've got massively in front with the recording. In fact, I need to do some more Slay the Spire Let's Ascend runs. Not that I assume you guys are bothered if you're watching this. But I think that's it for this one. So you go in and You go in. These all start producing. Way. They come in little boxes and everything. That is quite cool. What are we on? 20 minutes. We've got time. I want to have a look first at what the oscillators... Is it oscillators need? Oh no, are they made in manufacturers as well? I'm just thinking about room. They are. I believe at one point I was glad. But I'd need even more rubber. What? Would we need to do 1 per second of these? Because that seems a bit over the top, and that seems ridiculous. Admittedly, when I'm using my... It's heavy modular frames, isn't it? That use reinforced... No? What was it that uses reinforced iron plates later on? It's modules, isn't it? That is also not the machine I meant to put down. Don't need them for them. Don't need them for them. We're not using them. It's these, and we don't actually need it anymore. So, I would have to make more cable, which would be quite an issue because I'd have to build a second floor of wire to get more cable. Get off. To get more cable. And how many do these even make per minute? 2.812. What are you doing to me, game? Right, our limiting factor is probably all of those. Let's have a look. We've got 450 quartz crystals coming in. Divide that by 18.75. That gives me 24 machines. What? I can't do that amount of rubber. The AI limiters I'd be able to do. 2.812. What a horrible number. 67.488. So if I used all of the quartz crystals, that's ridiculous. Can I remember how much rubber we had left over? And the AI limiters are used for that. How about the other recipe? So again, we can use the 24 machines. Well, we can get 24 machines worth, but I don't think we need that many of these. Divided by 1.875. We'd need 32 machines to get 1 per second. We know we've got 120 reinforced iron plates divided by 7.5. That gives me 16 machines. What's 26.25 times 16? 420. So I'd need 1 line worth of cables. 1 line's worth of cables. What of these uses cables later on? Not the AI limiters. I know there's something that uses cables, and that's just a whole different kettle of fish. It's not you. Do we not use cables in anything later on? High-speed connectors, there it is. And how many do they use? 25. Ooh. I think we're going to need another line for cables. I mean, I'm not actually that upset by that. I know I'm making all these stupid noises, but it does mean I've got to build a second floor. Where are my cables? I'm fairly sure I've passed them already. Cables are here. I'm just wondering if I can steal one more line. We already use 2 lines to make all these. I'm fairly sure I would have to make more wire. Well, am I going to do that all off camera? Because I'd have to make... Can I just get on top, please? I know I've got my sky rail for this specific reason. For the love of Jesus, man. Stop it. I could quite happily build a second floor for this. And the lines would run underneath because we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm fairly sure the screws still go underneath my sky rail at the minute. Yes, they're on the tile just underneath. So, homework for tonight. It's going to be fun when you come back to the next episode after this one, isn't it? I'm going to build a second floor of these. A second floor of these. And I actually think, rather than doing the splitter thing, I think we're going to start dedicating lines to this. So we'd have 4 lines dedicated into here, so it'd be these bottom 4 lines, and then we'd have 4 lines running on. I think. Because these go into rotors, so this doesn't really matter. And then cables literally just go right down to the end, do they not? It's easier if you jump up, you madman. And then we'll have 4 lines worth of cables going right down to the end. And even then, at the minute, we're only using 2. But it looks like they're continuing for some reason. But that's still not the massive issue, is it? Cables were never the issue. It's the rubber. I am going to have to go and get a load of more oil, aren't I? If they had newer belts in that carried more than 450, because them depots can give me 600. That's not what we want to be making. Yeah, I'm going to use the normal version. I know it's the alternate series that we're meant to be doing. But I don't want to get more oil. I'm going to have to at some point. So how many of these can we actually make in total? We're nearly at time, so me doing the maths isn't actually terrible. So if I'm getting one more full line, 450 divided by 7.5, 60 machines? I'm not making 60 manufacturers, are you insane? No, that's because you've done it by the wrong one. It's 120 reinforced iron plates divided by 7.5, so that's 16. 450 divided by... I wish the no power wasn't like straight slap bang in the middle of that. See, that's why we needed to know. 450 divided by 26.25... Oh, God. 450 divided by 26.25 is 17.14285711429. It is the Mark 1 versions. Yeah. So we're still at 16, because that's 17, yeah? 26.25, that's 17 machines it could supply, which is a horrible number. And 450 divided by, we've done this before, 18.75 is 24. So we're going to have 16 machines made, and 16 machines times 1.875 actually gives me 30 per minute. I'm quite okay with that, because that'd be 1 per 2 seconds. Or 30 per minute. I think 30 per minute would be a better way of doing it. The better question is, how the hell am I going to get 16 of these? We might have to have 2 rows of 8 funneling into the middle, like this side. And that's just for the oscillators, by the way. Once we've got the oscillators, what do we do with them? Is there actually any use for these oscillators yet? Vehicles? Walls? Organisation? I thought they were meant to be used in radars or something like that. Have we not got radars yet? Am I trying to do all this for no reason? It does look like it, doesn't it? Geothermal, supercomputers. Oh, you can actually make geothermal nowadays. We have got to go and try that as well at some point. Yeah. Logistics. Programmable splitters. You can set rules for each output to decide exactly where each part should go. We can actually make those now as well. Splits conveyor belts in 3. You can set rules for which part should go left and which part should go right. Yeah, I'm building these oscillators and there's actually no reason to build them. Not yet, anyway. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I honestly thought we had radars unlocked already. Quartz analysed. Where is the map one? Oh yeah, it's still nothing. Radar towers. These buildings are supplements to the map when built. See, it says there. A radar tower reveals a sizable area. That's where I've got it from. I assumed we could make them. Apparently not. Apparently not. No radar towers in here. Parachutes, beacons. Well, I guess we're making them for no apparent reason then. Which is actually just kind of upset me a fair amount. Oh, that might be where you get it from. Right, so we're not doing it for no reason. Not yet, anyway. So the oscillator's going to there. Fine, fine, that's okay. So what am I thinking we need beacons for? Is that the Nobelisk? Yeah. And beacons are ridiculous. 3 beacons per minute. 1 factory does more than that we'll need. Well, that's always good to know. And we need more wire and more cable. Will I need a 3rd floor for cable? Oh my word. Possibly not. If the oscillators aren't used for anything past that point, no. But yeah, I think we've done enough workings out for this episode. Next episode then. Well, homework first. My homework, I need to go and make a 2nd floor for wire and then a 2nd floor for cable. Just so I've got 2 lines of cable coming out. I'm probably going to need a 3rd floor at some point, aren't I? I'm going to take away this and we're going to have dedicated lines. What? There's no point for dedicated lines. There is. There is a point. Stop being an idiot. You've already been through this. We'll have dedicated lines for things, just so I can see the end result and what we've actually got left over, what we need, and other things like that. So there'll be a 2nd floor for this, and there will be a 2nd floor for that one. Admittedly, I am going to have to run the cables straight across all of this. Didn't want to do that, but it's actually going to be fairly easy. No, it's not. I'm not going to be able to do it as nicely as I want to do. It's going to have to go like that and straight across. No, no, it's not. I'm not doing it like that. My bus is about to get messy. I think I'll have a splitter from wherever I need it, and it'll just jump up and go all the way across. The only other thing is I jump all of these over the top of one line, but that just seems stupid. Why the hell would you do that? So yeah, other than my homework, next episode we are going to be making the 8 manufacturers we need to make the oscillator crystals. I will learn what they're called. Crystal oscillators, even. I was close, just got the words the wrong way around. But yeah, that's for next time. I'm glad this all worked out beautifully. At least one thing's worked out well recently. Either way, that is going to be it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see some more. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.